Well. How are you doing, folks? Look who's back. I told you you were asking, and I told you I was going to threaten her to within an inch of her life to get her back on this show. See, when you're nice to people, you don't get any results. When you threaten to beat them up, look who's here. So, Miss Prosperity is back. We are excited. Now, you know, those of you who are new to the channel, she is a fireball. I call her a wildcat. I'm telling you, she has been on this mission, on this journey. And honey, she is not taking crap from anyone. How are you doing, Miss Prosperity?
I am well and holding it down where I can, when I can, and how I can with the blessings of the Lord.
Yes. I'm telling you, and I, just about every live, I have people coming and new people coming in, and I'm telling you, if you haven't seen any of our prior videos, you are missing a treat. And I will definitely drop some links. Miss Prosperity, please go ahead, drop your channel link. I dropped it earlier, but we want to send people right on over to your channel. Make sure that they're not missing out on this content, because she is holding it down. She is holding Mayor Johnson accountable. She's holding the council people, men and women, accountable. And hey, that's what we need. Okay, they're coming in. Hit that little thumb. That's the like button. I promise you, it is free. It won't cost you. That'll get them. It won't cost you anything. And
not a cent.
Not yet, right?
Not a cent. Not a cent. Not yet, to hit that like button.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Yes. Welcome. They're all speaking to Miss Prosperity. We are so glad you are back, because we know you're busy.
I'm glad to be back. You know, these are my buddies, my friends. Yes. And so she's all up in here. All up in here.
Look at Miss Ruby. Hey, Miss Ruby is on us already, telling, because I told her, I said I threatened to beat you up. She said, "Stop the violence. You're not Joy Reid."
You know it's a good fight, though. It's a good fight, because I will sit back and take crap.
Yes. Oh wow, this is wonderful. This is exciting. All right, folks. We will do the roll call. If you want us to see that you're here, hey, just say hello, or just send a little waving hand emoji.
And let us know where you're from.
Let us know where you're from. Yes, we were just talking about that. That's a good idea. Miss Prosperity said, "Well, where are some of these people from?" I'm like, some I don't know. So say hello. Blessings, or that's what Ruby's saying. Tell us where you are. We want to give you a shout out.
The ring. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Chicago.
Hey, Black Son.
Oh boy. Woo! So here we go. I'm going to call out. Yeah, some of you, I know where you're from.
U.S. Army. Okay.
Fort Knox. Hey, I want to go with U.S. Army retired. Woo! Oh my goodness, this is wonderful. All right, it's time for the roll call.
Lorraine, you got it.
Oh yeah. All right. How are you doing, Michelle, Toy Mafia, Florida, of course, the station manager who keeps it all together.
Why her?
Yes, Florida. Oh my, she's on it. I couldn't do it without her. Florida's here. We love you. The Uncensored. How are you? Yes, he's got it too. Mayor is here. How you doing?
Blackson!
Drop your channel link, Blackson, if you want to, love. Drop your channel link here. You know we had to give him a shout out.
Hey, Ruby.
Yes. We're gonna get Blackson back on the show. Yes.
The Baldwin birds too. I made it. All right.
Yes. We're so glad all of you are here. Lynn, okay, Lynn D, how are you from Chicago? Look at all these people from Chicago. Woo!
Woo-hoo! That's what I'm saying.
Why her said prosperity is awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's the God in me that makes it happen.
Yes, ma'am. Flexit, the community. How are you? I live down the street from Prosperity by Edmondson Park. Okay. Hey, Chi-Town is in the house. Toy Mafia, how you doing, love? Ruby, of course. She helped run this channel too, helps keep me straight and on task. So we're just glad all of you are here. Yes. Make sure, folks, you sub up to Prosperity's channel. She is dropping videos. She is putting in the work. Make sure you sub up to the Arena Uncensored. He is putting in the work as well. Okay, there's her channel link. Make sure you are on. And they're sending you love, your roses and your flowers and things in the chat section.
Back to y'all. Back to you.
Yes. Maya sisters from Wisconsin. Yes. Oh,
our neighbors. Okay.
Yes. This is wonderful. Now,
our neighbors without this nasty flavor up in Chicago. Yes. That's right.
Yes.
We're going to get it back. We're going to get it tasting good again.
Yes. People like you who are there, holding it down, not letting Brandon Johnson, these people run roughshod over you and treat you like you're nothing when you are American citizens. I love it.
I will not be ignored.
Right. Hey, you know what, Brandon Johnson? Hey, folks in the comment section, with Brandon Johnson, he had the FAFO with Miss Prosperity. She's the reason. She is part of the reason he had to go to the hospital having panic and anxiety attacks. That's her fault. Oh my God, I love it. Lexus said, North Avenue, West Side of Chicago. Oh boy, this is great. I love it. So, folks, what we want to do now, some of you have been here for a while. What we want to do is have a conversation with Miss Prosperity about where we are in the process. We know we said after the election was over, we would definitely have her to come back on. And we want to know, because Miss Prosperity and I, even though she hasn't been on in a month or so, we still been communicating. Yeah. And she's been informing me of what's happening. But I promised you, even when the election was over, she's still coming on here. We need to know collectively what is going on. Yes, how you doing, Tina? And so, hey, she's putting in the work. So we didn't have people like her fighting. Oh my God, God only knows what would have happened to these homeowners, especially in Chicago. How you doing, Real Rap Show? Okay, good. You got some people subbing up, Miss Prosperity. All right.
And you know what? When you said that about me speaking up, now my dad, he would probably be proud of me today, but probably wouldn't, because he used to tell me about my mouth. But my mouth is being used for a good purpose.
Yes.
Now I got a husband that tells me about that mouth. But he got used to it. Oh well.
It'll be all right.
It'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm going to start off with one of Miss Prosperity's videos. And like I said, if you are not subbed up to her channel, you are definitely missing a treat, because she is holding them accountable. She is not letting them just pass, this ordinance or this or that. She said, no. That's not how we're going to do this. How you doing, Tammy? Tammy said party time. Because you're here. So make sure you look up, and I'm going to play the first video, and we're going to
Thank you, Myrna. Thank you. Because I can't speak nothing but the facts, bring the facts to the table.
Yes, ma'am. Thank God for Miss Prosperity. I just don't know what would have happened. Maybe these city council people, just with with the original $300 million budget. We know who was saying that, raising property tax. No.
Not on our watch. Oh, heck no.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. All right. So here we go. Let's watch this first video. And again, make sure you stick around, folks. Hit that like button. Miss Prosperity will be sharing with us. How you doing, Lamont, Beverly?
Hey, Lamont.
Yeah, they're coming in. How you doing, Lamont?
That's my brother out here as well, taking it down in the hood.
Yes. Lamont, thank you for protesting and fighting for your legal rights.
Oh, yeah. He put his feet on the necks of the illegals for sure.
Yes. Fight for your God-given American rights. Yes. So we're going to show this video. Beverly, how you doing, love? We're going to show this first video. Miss Prosperity is going to be talking. She's going to be telling you what she's seeing on a daily basis. Now, we were talking before we started this live stream, and I've been watching. We were just talking. Chicago looks like a ghost town compared to what it looked like before, and people are hiding. People are trying to dodge ICE. So let's listen to what she's saying here at this meeting.
As the selected mayor.
Morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here.
Yes. How are you representing us?
Of course.
Your favorite question, which is how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Wondering with the governor talking about his budget tomorrow, what have your conversations been like with him? Have you made specific requests? And
you can't hear too much of what they're asking, but you'll hear his response.
Yeah, look, there's no secret that across America, the challenges that we are experiencing at the federal level are quite severe, and there are state budgets, city budgets, county budgets that are all suffering through the same challenges, where the expenses are outpacing the revenue. And the governor has an incredible lift to close this budget gap, like many governors and mayors across the country. But I feel pretty confident in our approach towards delivering public accommodation support. To your question, that's what our expectations are, is that the city of Chicago, which generates a great deal of economic vibrancy for the entire state of Illinois, that as it relates to our education system, particularly around special education, also bilingual education support, there's also a need for additional revenue for our transportation system. As many people know, the distribution of resources for the Chicago Transit Authority do not match our economic input, right? So we want to see more equity around there. There's going to be some conversations about the personal property replacement tax. As you know, that particular tax revenue was allowed to expire. That did have some impact on our budget. I'm having conversations with mayors across the state. The LGDF is something that I know all mayors, want to see a greater share in those resources being distributed to local municipalities. So these conversations are ongoing with the Senate President, with the Speaker of the House, also with the governor's team, with many members of the General Assembly around why it's important that these necessary investments are made in the city of Chicago because of our economic prowess. It's imperative that Chicago receives its equitable distribution.
Let me follow up and just ask you about your favorite question, which is the gift fund. It has been nearly 3 weeks.
You see that evil laugh? This guy has committed nothing but treason. Dr. Small says Doge and Elon needs to come to Chicago and Dalton to audit their money handling. The state of Illinois needs Doge to come with their yes. Oh God. What do you have to say about that so far, Ms. Prosperity?
Absolutely. They need to come here, and that's what I had posted on another news reporters article, that not only do they need to come here, they need to start off at City Hall, because once they start there, a lot of our money will be returned back into our communities, and especially the West and the South Side that have been waiting, earmarked for that money for years, ever since Lightfoot had been into office.
Yep.
So
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. And I think it's a shame. And we've talked about this. How you doing, Laura? We have talked about this. Waveland, how are you? And why people still vote for Democrats is beyond me. What was one of my favorite quotes of all time is by Maya Angelou. When people show you who they are, they've showed you for 60 plus years what they think about Black Americans, and you're still voting for them. What will it take? I told you, Miss Prosperity, I thank God for this migrant crisis, because you have people from, all of these other countries coming over here, sapping up American resources. And we have Americans starving and dying and homeless. And this is what the Democrats do. And I, for the life of me, cannot understand. Stevie Wonder can see. All they do. I don't know if you saw the video I did the other day, Miss Prosperity. What's her face? The bald headed Alana, whatever she is, whatever her name is. Now we're talking about right. That's just how I feel about the Democrats. Talking about now they're going to do. Now this really burned me up, because you're playing in people's face and you think we're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting up here talking about now we're going to have a reparations commission to discuss it. You've been discussing it several years. When you brought, and I said, when I talked to Democrats about this, I'm like, what are you waiting? You're not getting anything. Stop it.
They're the ones getting it.
Right.
$500,000 had gone out to the committee that's supposed to have been looking into reparations ever since Brandon Johnson got his tired tail in that selected position.
Miss Prosperity, tell them. Tell them. Just tell them, honey. Keep telling them.
Yes, this has been going on since 2023. That he wanted to propose this $500,000 spending amount to another preacher's kid, because he's a preacher's kid too. The ones who are generally looked at even more closer with scrutiny, because they're supposed to be doing the right thing. But instead, that $500,000 is still sitting somewhere in some pockets, somewhere else. But it sure as heck did not go to us. And y'all, if I slip up and say something out of duress, anger, forgive me, because I will repent. Because I do repent. And there's been times I had to go down there and repent. So it's hard when you're angry to kind of contain that tongue. But I'm still in progress, just like everybody else. I'm not perfect.
Right. I mean, but Miss Prosperity, I need you to answer one question. Now, those of you who are here, please hit that like button. If you're enjoying this content, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure it's on all notifications. Answer one question for me, please, Miss Prosperity. How many commissions, because they've been doing these reparations committees for years.
Mm-hmm.
How many commissions did they have to decide to give all of these illegals billions of dollars? Let me know how many meetings they had.
Zero. They actually have put out laws, rules. There's 2 sets of laws going on here in Chicago. And that's the first thing I ever spoke on when I went down there to City Hall. Those 2 sets of laws, one for them and one for us. And them, it's like free reign.
Yeah. Okay, now Miss Prosperity's frozen. She'll be back. Sounds like her camera crashed. Okay, but she'll be back, folks. Lamont said everyone should be livid over this. What if anything? Right. And okay, Yashin says, okay, Miss Prosperity's back. Yashin
I fell off.
Says, that's okay. We knew you were coming back. I will never trust either party. They
Neither.
don't like us. We need our own political party dedicated solely on Black people issues, Black community, Black financial equity, etc. Nothing
Mhm.
else is feasible. Okay, that's from Yashin.
Okay.
Okay. Lamont said, where is the 246 million FEMA sent to the Austin community? Lamont, with Doge exposing everything, I'm pretty sure the Democrats all these years, that's why they're going falling to pieces about everything being exposed. I'm pretty sure the Democrats have been running a money laundering scheme with all of these bogus agencies and places that they've been sending billions of dollars. That's why they're so upset. Ruby said that reparations bill was DOA, $7,000 a month for illegals and nothing for America. Yeah,
You
if
won't go
they
nowhere.
can't look at the most liberal state in the union is California, and look at Gavin Newsom, and of course the legislative Black caucus, the Democrats that you keep voting for. They are all pro-immigrant. All of their money go and resources go to people who are not citizens. So
Exactly.
stop
Exactly.
it. Why do you allow these people to continue to play in your face? You're not getting reparations. Stop it. It's not happening. Why do you again? Stevie Wonder, all you have to do is open up your eyeballs, right? Lift up your eyelids. They didn't have any meetings for non-citizens. They just wrote the checks.
Sure
So
did.
that's what I'm saying.
But then here we are, presumed to be the people who came to America, yet indigenous people that were already here, taken away from America as well, and to Africa, brought back on the slave trade and put out here to work, but yet still you get nothing.
Yeah, but you keep voting for nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
That is correct.
Yes, something. If you want to be with me.
And you know, that was the eye awakener too, when a lot of these resources had gone off to these illegals, that many people finally opened up their eyes and saw, because you know, we did things because our ancestors did it, and their ancestors did it. I was looking at a commercial one day, and they had asked this lady, why does she fry her eggs, I believe it was, in this pan a certain way? She said, because my mother did it, and her mother did it, and her mother did it. Well, that's the same thing with politics. That's the same thing with a lot of things.
And instead
of changing it, be the change, orchestrate the change, is do the same thing. And I'm just not one to fall in line. I just don't see it that way. If it don't sit right with me, I'm not falling in line with it.
Right. Yeah. So where are we here? Christine said Blacks are the only ones who can't seem to get it together, shaking my head. So I don't know what that's kind of vague. I don't know what she's saying. What is it that they're supposed to get together? I don't know. Lamont, the damage has been done, but who will be responsible for the money you gave the illegal immigrants? Lamont, I'm sure the way Trump is rolling, heads will roll. I really believe this has been nothing but a money laundering scheme. And thank God. Now, I'm not one for people. God knows the jails are full, Miss Prosperity. But I don't care if these people go to jail. And don't come to me crying,
Neither.
Racism, sexism. I don't care. You've been stealing from the American people for years. It's being exposed. And now you're running like cockroaches when the lights come on.
It's consequences. There are good consequences and there's bad consequences, but irregardless, there are consequences, and what comes.
Yeah. Christine says, I'm going to say this. There shouldn't be one homeless person on the streets. They took care of the illegals with no problem. That's what we've been saying, Christine. Hit the like button and the subscribe button for me, please. We've been saying that. Miss Prosperity, you've been on this show several times.
Yes.
And Robert, again, he's going down. Okay, let me continue playing this video here. Here we go.
Since you told us reporters on January 29th, you can see the closet and we still haven't gotten in. Why is that still an issue that we can't have access to?
Yeah, well, you do have access to it. There's a public log We put out a video. We'll do that on a regular basis. That's unprecedented. No other administration has done that.
Not the same as getting in to see it ourselves.
Well, again, there's a public log that's available, and there's a video that has never been done before. And so if you want to see what's in that closet, and remember, keep in mind that these are not my gifts, right? The reason why they're in there is because I have not accepted them. So these are gifts that are received on behalf of the city of Chicago. There's a public log that people can check into. We have now put forth a video. No one in the press corps, because you all admitted, have ever even known that this room existed.
Okay, it was a closet, and he must have ticked someone off to, hold on, let me see, to reveal it to OIG. Yes, he's made a lot of enemies, thank God. Go ahead, Miss Prosperity.
So let's talk a little bit about that. There was this closet that was on the 5th floor, no windows to this room. Okay. So therefore, a lot of things got stored in there, which they call gifts. Now, some months ago, before Brandon, I went before Brandon, and I told him about those sponsorships that he had received. Those are the only things we knew about. Okay, now here's the rest of it. See, there's messages in my videos that I don't directly speak about, but I'm getting ready to tell you. Stick around, you find out. There's a lot more that's going on behind this scene, but I have to have the facts before I drop it out here. I can't just go by, oh, well, run with this and run with that, as I have been asked to. No, you got to get the facts, because that's all I'm going to post on is the facts. But with this room, now there's a video, and I have it on my channel as well, of that video. And the things that were found by OIG. OIG is the Office of Inspector General.
Yep.
And that office is designed to oversee this government employees if they are doing something wrong, if they need to be disciplined, or what have you. Now, they supposedly have seen gifts that had high values. There's a video on my channel as well that speaks about what those gifts were. But Brandon Johnson comes into this presser and he talks about T-shirts and things like that. No, these were not T-shirts, y'all. These were designer purses. And the brands I have on my channel as well in that video, as well as a Mont Blanc pen. If anybody know about Mont Blanc, those are very pricey pens. They're in the hundreds of dollars for that pen. Also, there's other thing that they don't talk about. They say liquor, but from what the information I have obtained, is some kind of high price vodka. Okay, that's just sitting up in that room, right? Someone who had panic attacks, what will vodka do for you? Okay, well, why isn't it on that video? Because I didn't see it on the video. And I asked people, do you all see any of these things I listed? Now, those size 14 shoes, they keep saying size 14 shoes. Anyway, who did they go to? Because the last person in there that thought they were a man, their foot wasn't size 14. So who are those shoes for? And that's why they're just sitting there. But go ahead, I'll let you continue.
Okay, but that's a valid point. That's why we have you on. You're there. You have the skinny on what's really going on, because we don't hear everything, in the news reports. Lamont said he is awful and he still thinks someone likes him. 14% approval rating. Robert, this is what I was telling you, Miss Prosperity. The subbies have been asking about, remember the man, no more money for you. Daisy. Bye. Robert Butler says, I hope Miss Prosperity and her group video the guy that said, no more money for you.
Well, let me tell you something about that. If you all want the 100 on that, my husband is the one that captured that video.
Wow.
He has the original video. He told me about it a day later. And I said, let me see that video. So I saw the video. I said, oh, no, this is going up. So I posted it. That thing went crazy viral. My purpose of posting that video was to show people what they are saying, how they are thinking when they come here to the United States, that it's just okay. Go there with this mentality. And this is how you see us. But then particularly Black people, you're lazy. Okay. He was saying that to a Black person. You're lazy. And then you see all these other videos that are going across social media about Black people are lazy, Black people are this, Black people are that. Okay. So let's talk about how this country got built then if they're so darn lazy. Yeah. And then it comes back to, well, the migrants are the one that built it. No, Donald Trump spoke on that. We know who started the building of this country. Now, migrants have helped rebuild the country. Okay, I'll give them that. Right. But not built the country. Right. Built the White House, since we're talking about Black history. And that's some of the things that I brought to Brandon in that other video that when you get to that, we'll talk about that. But that video, just so everyone knows, the original video came from our channel Prosperity. My husband captured that. I am in the video talking when he was capturing that man saying what he had said. So you all know that. But when everybody else is putting their branding on that video, that's because I was new to doing any of this. And I didn't brand it at that time, but I got the original footage and they could tell me what time date stamp that theirs have. And let's see and compare what's the truth. But no, that came from us.
But you know what, Miss Prosperity, the sad thing is, how are you going to come break the law, come over here, and they're using our tax dollars, our hard-earned tax dollars to take care of them, and you're coming over here talking trash to me. And it's all over. I have other content creators that have been out talking to people in the streets. They've talked to some people from Haiti and Jamaica, and they're saying nothing but bad things about Black Americans. And now what's big now, they're all out there, a lot of them out there protesting, and they're asking, the Democrats are trying to get Black Americans in the streets. The Democrats are angry. They're trying to get Black Americans upset and emotional and in the streets protesting so that Trump will stop the deportations. And he's not.
Oh, no, we wanted this. Right. We want them deported.
This isn't American. This isn't a referendum. We all wanted this. Those of us.
Oh, yeah, we asked for this. Yes. We demanded this, that you get them up out of here. Because one thing they should have been taught when they snuck over here is how to assimilate. Right. That's the key word. But instead, they came over here to try to take over and then require us to assimilate to their customs from their country. Right. As if we were never here. And that's where we got the attitudes from. It's not because, someone who come in here legally, there's a big difference from illegal to legally. And the biggest difference is that people that come over here legally, they want to be here. They want to assimilate. They want to learn the English language. That's right. They want to be someone who is doing their part to help America stay America. Right. There's a lot more to that too as well. But I'm just saying from what I know of, for people I do know of that had come here legally, I watched them. Yeah. Not just in their talk, but their mannerisms and everything else. They were grateful. Yes. Those are the people who we enjoy helping. Right. Yeah. Come on in and do it the right way. Yeah, we got you. But you know what? They weren't giving no packages to come over here. Oh, you have to have their own money. They had to come here and sponsorship, all of that.
They had to figure it out.
So no, there's a huge difference as to why we don't care for people coming in here illegally and then thinking that we are supposed to bow down to them.
That's how
they got that messed up.
But like I said, Miss Prosperity, I've been on several channels. There are African immigrants, some from Jamaica, some from Venezuela, and then there's some from Mexico. I'm like, why aren't they, again, this is coming from Democrats. Why aren't black people out protesting with them? Well, you came over here hostile. And now the things are going south. Now you want help.
Speak like her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why her? Yeah, I was there when your husband was recording. Okay, good. And Lamont, I gotta read Lamont. Lamont is he's typing a lot. Let me see. Lamont said, "I'm so glad I wasn't standing there when that guy made that statement. I might just be getting out of jail." He was mad, disrespectful. Right, that's what I'm saying. You're over here breaking the law, and you're coming over here. You don't know me or anything about me. And like I said, this is Jamaicans, Africans, Haitians, Venezuela. I've seen all of them, and they're just talking trash.
Every shade from light to dark.
And now that things are going south for them, now why aren't you out helping us protest? And the Democrats are still angry with Black Americans because the Curry Queen, Kamala, didn't win. They're angry. They keep trying to get Black Americans out in the streets and protest. No. This is what we wanted.
No.
Waverland, they are well aware of us not going along with the DEI protest. No,
right.
We're not going. This is what Trump said he was going to do. We want this.
That's right. DEI wasn't meant for Black people. DI was for every other where they called underprivileged or whatever they claim to be. Just like the NAACP. C is for color, not for Black folks. They have just stretched that all across. So do we really have an organization that's out there for just us? I haven't found one. Let someone else know it. Type it in the chat.
I told you, the Congressional Black Caucus, since Trump is getting rid of some of these federal agencies, get rid of the CBC. They were founded in 1970, allegedly, to help Black America. They don't, another extended arm of the Democratic Party, they only do for illegals and immigrants. They don't do anything for Americans, period. Lamont, hey, Prosperity, our kids are playing football in their park again. Hooray. Yeah. They're going underground, and you have idiots like AOC giving them tips. She did a video. She's telling them how to evade ICE.
Oh, they're doing that here too.
They're
doing that here.
Tell us what's going on in Chicago, Miss Prosperity.
Well, I have enjoyed going to the stores, and now I enjoy getting back on the road again because I don't see them on every other corner selling something. Candy, fruit bags, balloons, all of that. As well as when I went to the stores, I was like, whoa, it's empty up in here. Like your Home Depot, my husband goes and shop there. So I sat in the car and I'm like, wait a minute, let me go in here and check and see what the flavor is like up in here and how the temperature feels up in here. It was like, may I help you? May I help you? I'm like, what the hell? Am I in America? What's the last time they asked, can I help you? Really?
Yeah.
You know why? Let me tell you why. What's my theory on this? Because our tax dollars are not going to them to go out to these stores and spend it. Now, remember when they had that bombardment of our health issues going on in the earth over here and around the world? So now that has subsided, been busted out for what it really is. So they're trying to move the economy, and many people didn't have the resources to really go out here and spend. So the best next thing they can think of, let them in. Let's give them money, and then they'll go out and spend, right?
Our money. So our money.
There it is. Boost the economy. So they went out and they boost the economy. Your Sam's Clubs, your Walmarts, your Home Depots, the main stores that I have seen them in. Empty. I said, oh, that's just too bad because see how they racked up on that thing that they did in your arm. Okay, so they did the same thing off of those illegals with our tax dollars.
Yep.
Getting them out there to make the economy look like it's boosted, like the economy is doing well, when the economy was not doing well. It was all a lie. But we sitting back, a lot of us, not all of us, and not doing anything when we should have taken a stand then. That's the time to really rise up.
Right.
Because they're taking our resources. And that's been my complaint down there. I know of people who rely upon these services.
Right.
And why should they have their services taken away from them if they're doing it properly? Okay.
Right. Yes,
now,
right.
those able bodies, I ain't feeling for you. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it real. Because the Bible talks about that. A man who don't work don't eat.
You don't eat.
And
That's
there's
biblical.
times when you fall on hard times, granted. But that's all those services should have been for, is hard times.
Hard times.
Not just to
not
stay
a lifestyle. Right.
So now that a lot of them are leaving, guess what? Many of these people who are relying upon those services, the government to be their daddy, can now get out there and take care of themselves, where they don't dangle that little carrot and say, if you don't do this, you can't do that. Now, I'm going to add one more part that I just discovered. We have an alderman who is also a civil rights lawyer, who is also under the Black umbrella, that wants to now have the government employees punished if they are involved any kind of way, and I mean any kind of way, with what they may call extremists.
Oh, wow.
That means you get fired, if not reprimanded, and or you cannot be hired. Now, who are your extremists is the question.
Right.
Because if you support the Democratic Party and you are an alderman under the Democratic Party and as a lawyer and as civil rights, does that mean that you're going to do that to the same extremists that we've been seeing as well that are Democratic?
That's right. That's exactly what they are.
A lot of this, that's just segues one way into another.
Yes, ma'am. Lamont said, you got Lamont going. He has so many comments. That's hard for me to keep up. I love it. I love the interaction. Lamont said, wonder who is feeding them the negative rhetoric about us. It's crazy. Lamont, the Democrats are. Because people coming over here from other countries don't know anything about what Black Americans are doing in their community. The Democrats who despise Black Americans are telling them this crap.
But see, they're also doing it to Black Americans in their own countries too.
Oh, yeah.
And they're bringing that here.
They're coming here with that, you know, and
or the Blacks that are let's say the melanated, the darker toned people in their countries. They're doing that with them there as well.
Yeah, they are, and they are.
That mentality just is crossing over the river, over the seas, over the oceans, over the skies, and bringing it here. Yep. And I give them the look like, try me. I'm not that one.
Oh my God. Lamont said they need to get them out quicker. Lamont said, nope, not our fight. Waveland, they are all aware of us not going along with the DEI protest. Lamont, okay, now I read that one. Robert, if they can give that Venezuelan family a house after being here illegally for 2 years, they can give Miss Jackson and Miss Zoe Lee back their property. Yeah, Robert, they can. They just choose not to because Democrats don't do anything for Americans. We talk about that all the time on this channel. Ruby, MMGA, make Mexico great again. That's right. We're going to make Mexico great again. Lamont, and
too.
Yeah, and now they're talking about trying to close the border up. When people were coming to flooding our countries, it was fine. Now that they're coming to your country, now it's a problem, and you want to fix it. Yeah, that's what we thought. Lamont, and low key, they be trying to intimidate us. Yes, okay, Lamont. Nah, just go home. U.S. Army, ask legal immigrants about the illegals. Every immigrant I talk to, they want them gone. Yes. U.S. Army, facts. Zully said, you are right. We simply can't wait for you to leave. We didn't invite you in the first place. And now they're saying, you know, these black jobs that people were talking crap to Trump about, Black men are actually posting on TikTok and other forms of social media. A lot of the construction jobs are open, and now they're going and applying. So again, yeah. So again, why you would get on board with the Democratic Party and vote to your own demise is beyond me. Lamont said they should all go to jail. And I told you where I really had a problem with this. When Americans break the law, clink clink, they come put the cuffs on you. We go to jail. When if Miss Prosperity and me, if the two of us, if we went on a crime spree and the U.S. Marshals were looking for us, do you think that the local police department is going to say, "Oh no, we're not going to help you"? They say they know where we are, but no, we're not helping you. No, and let's be clear. If they would arrest us and hold us in jail until the feds came to pick us up.
Sure would.
But you discriminate against Americans. So they call, again, Democrats causing divisiveness. When Americans, when the police come to arrest Americans, I don't hear people crying, "Oh God, look, their children are there and the children are crying." You don't say anything.
No.
Now that they're being deported, they're crying, the children are crying. Oh, now you have feelings for them. What about for American citizens? Lamont, get all the reckless drivers off the roads too. Yes, Lamont, we're in a depression. Hello. How you doing, Chris May? How you doing, dear? Glad you're here. Give us that Doge money for U.S., not illegals. They get nothing. Yes, Waveland, hardworking Americans. I'd love to get some of my money back. Lamont, heck, I'm one of the people who rely on some of those services. Oh, good. FEMA was giving them folks $30,000 in rental assistance, right, Lamont? But nothing for American citizens. Again, the Democrats discriminate against Americans.
Yes, especially if they had one of those Republican signs in their yards down in the South.
And that lady that worked for FEMA, her supervisor, they fired her, but she dropped a dime on all of them. We were told to do that. Oh, so now they're all in trouble. Connie, how you doing, love? Hit that like button, folks. Share this content out if you are enjoying it. Darnell, how are you? Bach Mari says, "Hello, everybody. I've been trying to watch and work at the same time. So if I click out all of a sudden, I've got to go back to work." Oh, okay, Bach Mari, that's fine, dear.
More real news in the house.
Who?
More real news.
More real news. How you doing, dear? Waveland is brutal because black folk are fully awake. Yeah, the Democrats are upset. And again, I am so glad God used this migrant situation to wake up so many black people. Because you've been voting for 60 plus years and you still don't have anything, and you still let them come and play in your face. Oh, they've been putting reparations committees together since the beginning of time. So stop it. They give money to who they want to give money to. So stop sitting there looking for money. You're not going to get it. Okay. Right. Tammy said, amen. Okay. More real news. Hey, ladies, how you doing? All right. Okay, here we go. I'll let this one finish.
Yeah, we got one from a humble soul in here too. That was pretty good.
Okay.
And so now that we have made it even more transparent, we expect not just the press corps, but I encourage every single Chicagoan to go online to see the T-shirts and the wristbands and the socks that people offer up to the city of Chicago that go into a log that have been there for, in some cases, some of those gifts have been there for years prior.
I'll stop that so you can read it. So he's just blowing smoke up our rears again. Prosperity, excuse me. You see what she typed here, but not the designer purses, vodka, Mount Block, or gifts of high value. So now he's acting like, oh, I didn't know what was in there. Yeah, tell me. Right.
To my even arrival.
With all due respect, that is not the same as reporters getting to see it putting out a 20-second.
Who has the next question, please?
And you notice how he cut them off.
Yeah, he cuts people.
That was William. Yes. That was William, the reporter, called him out.
Every time he's called out, he's rude to someone. And so yeah, that's his MO. Here we go.
Up the final school board member. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, this is an exciting time for Chicago. You know, I was elected
as the selected mayor
because the people of Chicago know that they are electing a parent, a former public school teacher, and here's the important thing: people elected me because
You are a disgrace. Please don't put those words in your mouth again. I'm a former public school teacher. I do not want to be, because I'm a public school teacher. I don't want to be in the same conversation as you, sir. All right, here we go. Did you like that one, Prosperity?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'll finish it now.
as the selected mayor
they believe that I would support an elected representative school board. And I've done that. The first mayor in the history of Chicago to commit to this. Now we have, I believe, 5 parents serving on the school board. That's unprecedented. That's record breaking. It's the most diverse school board that we've ever experienced. And so now we have this great task and this responsibility to ensure that every single child has access to a well-funded, broad experience within our education system. I'm grateful to all of the members who ran and won, and all the individuals who have accepted my nomination for appointment. Keeping our children at the center and our families at the center of everything that we do with this school board, that's what I was elected to
as the selected mayor
do, and that's what we're doing.
Mayor, I think we've all seen your comments about cleaning house that you made last week at a church. And then we saw a wave of people who, resigned, retired, XYZ last week. Could we expect more people? Is that the end of the cleaning house? Are there more people who plan on retiring or being asked to leave?
Well, there might be more people who plan on retiring.
His version of cleaning house. Okay, then I'll let it play.
The number of people who have served this city for 30 years, if not more, we owe an incredible amount of gratitude towards them. Here's what's most important, though, is that I was elected
as the selected mayor
to disrupt the status quo. That's why you are seeing greater investments in public support for housing. You're seeing greater investments in youth employment. As you continue to see violent crime go down in the city of Chicago, it's because the people of Chicago elected me
as the selected mayor
to invest in people. And the people that I have assembled share that vision. And I'm grateful to those that I inherited who were able to help us move our city forward.
Far away.
And I continue to look forward to serving alongside of many other public servants who understand that a better, stronger, safer Chicago require us to make critical investments into the neighborhoods that historically have been disinvested in.
Where? What? Stop the.
That is the type of equitable distribution, the conscientious support that the people of Chicago deserve. And
I can't listen to no more of this bleep.
we represent ourselves just fine because I'm a natural born citizen right here in Chicago and I can represent it better than you can. So you need to stop with all this blah, blah, blah. And let me tell you, you don't have to do that for us because you're not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Is she not fire, folks? If you enjoyed Miss Prosperity, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Say, I'm telling you, she keeps their feet to the fire. OMG, I love it. Waverly, he's such a big liar. He is. Humble soul. Retire. Chicago's pension system is underfunded. He's psycho. Right, humble soul? That's for sure, Miss Rowland. Yes. McCartney asked me if I could teach him, honey. I said, no, he's too ignorant. I can't do it. So again, those of you who are here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I think Humble Soul is new here. So hit the subscribe button, make sure it's on all notifications. So I wanted to share that. If you are not subscribed to Miss Prosperity's channel, again, you are missing. You see the fire. You're missing it.
Like, throw it out, throw out them fire bombs.
Yes, and this is okay. They're dropping those fire emojis for you. All right, so this is her channel, and we just looked at that video.
A humble soul revealed themselves.
Huh?
A humble soul.
Oh, Alicia, how you doing, love? A humble soul. Yes, you changed your name. Okay, so yeah, she's already a subby. All right, glad you're back, dear. So that was the video we just watched. And so this is what she does on her channel. She keeps it real. Where's the video? Didn't you do a video where you're doing walking around and you don't, and the stores are empty? Which is that this video right
Yes,
here?
that one right there with the Home Depot on it.
We definitely need to watch that, because everything that Miss Prosperity tells you, she can back it up, folks. And again,
back it up.
Uh-oh, did I miss? Okay. Robert, if that Venezuelan family that bought a house, what does he say? Deported, give it to an American family. Yes, that's Robert. That's what me and Miss Prosperity is saying. The Democrats discriminate against Americans. Make it make sense, and they're supposed to be the party of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Give me a break. So, you know, the way Miss Prosperity does her videos.
While venturing out, we couldn't help noticing the change in the environment. Normally, this place is busy from almost the time of opening to closing.
There's a message there with that little rodent running.
I see the, yeah.
Hustling, selling, hanging out, and so much more would be occurring.
They got the little rat at the bottom. I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna sit tight for a minute, but I'm like, man, let me go on in here this time and see what's going on. Because I usually go in with my husband, but I'm like, I need to capture the temperature out here.
Yeah.
It's time to check out the scenery.
They are not hanging out here. They are gone. Yes, Lord.
This is occurring at many of the major stores. Look around and see for yourself.
Oh, wow.
Good morning.
When was the last time you were greeted with a good morning at the store?
Oh, wow.
They had all the different country flags hanging up in there. You could see them at the top.
Oh, I see that. This is another issue I have, Miss Prosperity. All these people who are out here, you fled your country, came here. How you're out there protesting with your country's flag and burning American flag? Make it make sense. So yeah, you need to go. These people need to go back. You fled your company, Florida. Isn't that something? Where I don't see an American flag. Where's the American flag?
Well, the American flag was passed right now from where I'm standing at the store. Okay. But the rest of the flags are all the other country flags. And that's because all these other countries that got funding came to Home Depot and used our tax dollars.
Oh, my God.
So welcome. Come spend that money up in here.
So they put their flags up. Oh,
exactly.
My God. Brenda said only in America. Truth bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. That is awful. All right, here we go.
Different.
And those are employees. Those are not customers.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Where
All
am
those
I?
good mornings.
Is
I'm
this
like,
America?
wow.
Another good
Yeah.
morning. Shocked.
I'm
Wow.
going back out
That-
to the other door.
that is
I
it, kind
just
of.
came here to do something.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
My husband went pretty much through the door and he said it was empty. So
And
I
I'm
didn't go
telling,
all the way through.
and I will say this as well, Miss Prosperity. Now that these people are being deported back to what Venezuela, Haiti, and all these other countries, Home Depot needs to be made to take those flags down.
Mm-hmm.
Their hands are dirty too. All of these companies and businesses that benefited off of these illegals, no, Trump needs to make them take those flags down. I'm serious about that. More news said Home Depot needs to close up. How you doing, Fridge Reaver? All right, here we go.
Nearly every person, that was a few that came inside of there, they spoke English.
Wow.
So that tells me something.
Right. Okay.
And they were Hispanic, Latino, different nationalities, but they spoke English.
Right. Okay.
You can see the flags from there.
I see them. Yeah. 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 Wow.
Interesting, smart and final. Another employee.
Okay.
I did one at Walmart too. I just hadn't uploaded it, but it's pretty much the same.
Oh, okay.
Yay, Diane. That's good. Need to be all over.
Yes. Yes. Back to normal.
That's me saying, happy.
I heard you. I love it. And you know I love Tom and Jerry. Before the election, look at the difference, folks. Freely break laws and rules. Okay, it was very busy, and I'm hearing this in all of the sanctuary cities.
Out selling things, breaking rules. Instead of a baby, she got a cooler selling things out there. I followed her to her car.
Oh, wow.
These are children from Jones Commercial.
What'd you say?
Now that was me speaking in the video.
Okay.
Those are children that were led out to protest from Jones Commercial High School.
Okay. Thank you.
High school that is protesting about free Palestine.
I was in a briefing yesterday with one of my colleagues who mentioned, well, what should we be doing here? I think it's pretty clear we have a responsibility to keep our residents safe. And we've neglected that by debating this and dragging this out the way we have. We have a responsibility to keep our Jewish residents, our Palestinian residents, our Arab residents, Latino residents, Asian residents safe. And we're not seeing that.
So I listen to a lot of these so-called press conferences and things that were stated on there. And I'm going to start with one thing first. I noticed that a lot of Latino caucus, you all stand together, I give you that. But what about your Black caucuses? Where are you all at when it's time for coming for and protecting our neighborhoods? The things that are going down within our neighborhoods. So I'm going to go with this $150 million that's been appropriated for illegal. I'd like to know where that money at that I counted down here and talked about on December 14th for the west side and the south side. Yeah.
Black Americans of Chicago, this is directed at you. In a speech Biden made a while back, he said that the majority in America soon will be Latino. He didn't say black. He didn't say Asian or white or anything. He said Latino. That's why millions and millions of lighter-skinned Latino illegal aliens are being allowed in, and many of them are being sent to Black communities.
Hey, Steve Cortez here on the west side of Chicago, Democratic National Convention at United Center. The Democrats, of course, want open borders and want an endless stream of illegal migrants pouring into the United States. This is my new acquaintance, Edwin. Say hello.
My name is Edwin.
Okay, Edwin is from Venezuela. And we're going to take Edwin into the DNC so that he can meet the Democrats who want open borders. He should meet his new friends, hear the speakers, and learn about the Democratic Party. So, Edwin, let's head in, shall we? Right. This is Edwin from Venezuela, migrant, invited in by the Democrat Party. He'd like to come into the Democratic event.
You have to get your credentials. Yep, you have to go to Jackson.
Yep. Wait, you mean he needs credentials and permission to come in
Yes.
to get past the wall?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a border wall in a way, huh?
Yeah. You have to have ID, credentials. You can
Okay, to come to the United States?
No.
Not to come to the United States. Okay, but to come to the Democratic Convention.
Here,
Okay. You believe in security. You believe in securing the boundary. Edwin can't come in.
Without credentials.
That's all I know. I commend you on guarding this border. You're doing it very effectively, folks.
No more money for you.
That's him.
Out there getting their driver's licenses.
Yeah.
She was nursing on the corner.
Oh, wow.
Those were our corners.
Has this guy been deported? This was the guy, he was all over TikTok bragging about he was getting thousands of dollars every month for his family. And And then they finally arrested him. Has he been deported?
Oh, from what I last heard, yeah.
I thought so. Okay. Connie Mello said, not surprised. I remember what Biden said about Black Americans. Okay, where are we here? Lamont, she is fire. So glad I met Prosperity. Oh yeah, she gets it done.
We met over at City Hall too. That's interesting. 2023.
Wow. These are good pictures and good footage, Miss Prosperity.
That's me protesting too, right there at City Hall.
Good. This is the guy. No more money for you. No more money for you. You're lazy. I want to know where he is now.
You haven't been up in City Hall.
Yeah.
These are dads out there with kids.
Oh, wow.
Trying to collect money at that time.
Oh, wow. They were asking people for money.
Oh, yeah. And these are the aldermen supporting them.
Yep. Vote those people.
Okay, so here's the birth of the red shirts.
That's what you were telling me about before.
Yeah. Back in April 2024, that's when I started going down to City Hall in November of 2023 and had primarily been pretty much monthly going down there and several times a month at a point. And that's when I was sitting there and I was thinking prior to that time of the red shirts that I know what to get to him. What would agitate someone that is a strong progressive Democrat, as well as born in the month of the zodiac sign of a Taurus, red? Put them two together. So therefore, that's when I had designed these shirts and just started passing them out. I called up people and said, hey, I'm going to create these red shirts. No more blue, no matter who, go red.
Right.
And it came from that little jingle that we were down there at City Hall doing. So I passed out those shirts back then, and many people wore it. I was not chosen by the lottery to speak at that point, but there was Jessica, and there was also More Real News that had the opportunity to speak on that day. And Johnson couldn't take his eyes off of us with all those red shirts on. He was steaming. It got to the point, if we breathe or said boo, can you? Yep. See, More Real News. He giving the facts on that.
Oh, wow.
It got to the point where Johnson had requested to have all 2 rows removed from the meeting because he just couldn't deal with it.
He did not want to hear that truth. He can't deal with it.
Couldn't.
All right. I'll finish playing this and then we'll pull another one up.
And former union organizer Brandon Johnson narrowly won Chicago's mayoral race this week. And guess what? He can thank the teachers union for that. They rallied their troops to get the vote out and donated more than $2 million to Johnson's campaign. Maylee Smith is the Senior Director of Labor Policy at the Illinois Policy Institute and joins us this morning. Great to see you, Maylee. Do you think Johnson is in the pocket of the teachers union now? Does he owe them for his success?
Yep.
He really does.
Like this video and share with others. Help us get the message out.
Yeah, he's got to go. Oh boy. This is some
We
good.
surely could have done without him. We could have done without him big time.
Yeah.
He has really caused catastrophe for Chicago. And if you go to the video where I last spoke this past Wednesday, I bring some of these things out to him as I'm talking about the Black history.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that was the third one that was called the City Council, and it was a part 1.
Right.
All right. But no, he's definitely needs to get out, resign.
Yeah, he needs to go. All right, here we are here.
Or he get kicked out some kind of way, because we surely have been trying to run anything we can to get rid of him. It's the third video at the top.
This one?
That one. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Then there's a part 2 to that one.
Okay. We are so glad you are there putting in the work.
God makes it possible. I'm going to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm gonna give a little testimony too about this one here.
Okay.
Before, when I went down there like the day before, I did a prayer. God, if you want me to get up here and speak, have my number called, because there are a lot of people that come down there to that meeting. And then there's a lot of plants that they'll have to try to fill up the seats. So that way you don't get in. So they come out, they started passing out these little cards that we fill out. And they said, there's only going to be 5 people chosen today, 5 out of 10. So people are down there moaning and complaining. What are you talking about? Only 5? I came down here to speak and you talking about only 5? And I said, and I was thinking, yeah, that's because they put 5 on the call to remote in. And therefore that's going to limit the people who are down there. Right. So I had mentioned I spoke that prayer that I wanted to speak. That's one of the purposes that I was going down there. And then I had to go to the restroom, and I asked the guy if he'll hold my spot. And I went in the restroom and I finished doing my prayer. After I had my card, I called out the number. I said, Lord, okay, my number is, and I said the actual number. And I said, so if you want me to speak, you have them call my number. I was the first one selected out of the 5. I said, okay, you want me to go up? So here we go. And this is what you're going to see.
All right, I'm going to play it. Here we go.
As the selected mayor, I'm going to bring this scripture to you. This is starting with James 3:1, because you are the son of a pastor. And I'm quite sure you should be well aware of this. That states, not many of you should become teachers, because your brothers, since you know that you will be judged more severely. So just so that you acknowledge that while you're getting up there on that little pulpit, podium, whatever you call it, and want to claim out these all racist and prejudice and everything else that is going against you, that you know that we also are speaking as well. Next are my bullets. Indoctrination versus education. Let's go with that one. And social studies teacher. Dismantle the board of education is a problem for you, but yet you all want to indoctrinate these kids. Let's talk about that. Next, let's go to Raleigh, North Carolina, since you're acknowledging politicians. Back when there was a Willis Grave, 1898, that ran for the House of Representatives. Then a couple of days later, the Democrats had the audacity to burn down Black newspaper companies.
All right.
Oh, that sounds like something good. Now, let's go to the next one. On your executive order, 2023-16, where you want to make it fearful of the Black people that we're going to be deported. Let's go to the 13th and the 14th Amendment. Social studies teacher. Now, next, let's go on to the Black Massacre in 1917, when people had migrated from the South to the 3 states up here in the North. Why did they migrate? Massacre of Blacks. You don't talk about that in your social studies, do you? Well, I'm gonna scroll on down some more here, because when you go to Washington, D.C., on the 5th, let's talk about you don't represent Chicago. We represent ourselves. So stop getting up there talking about how you represent us. You're not even a Chicagoan. You're from Elgin. So we don't need you representing us. We represent ourselves just fine, because I'm a natural born citizen right here in Chicago, and I can represent it better than you can. So you need to stop with all this blah, blah, blah. And let me tell you, you don't have to do that for us, because you're not like us. Let's take a little Kendrick Lamar and throw it up in here too. That's how you do it.
Reincarnated, I'm a stargazer. Life goes on, honey, and all my babies. Woke up looking for they not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
There's a part at the end.
Is she not? Oh my God! Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of the music so they don't copyright me. There we go.
Oh, they don't, because it's already been posted. This one is good.
This one's good. Okay, there we go.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
We ain't hardly next.
Oh my God!
That look, because he likes to state these little stupid comments that the Black folks need to be concerned about Trump being in office, because that can risk our being deported. And I'm like, oh, no. To be a social studies teacher, to have been one.
Yeah, he knows better than that.
What are you teaching? Indoctrination, education. So a lot of those things had to come out, because it is no way I can sit back and say, no, you are not talking stupid, then you are. That's why on another one of my videos, I said, you a DEI mayor. That's what you are, a DEI mayor. Don't know nothing, can't do nothing but collect money, sell your soul to the devil. Because this man is making about $242,000 a year of our tax dollars. And then now he's asking for another $880 million to do our roads. Well, where did our tax dollars go prior to this? What's up? No, it went to those illegals. And that's why on another video, when I call out a lot of things up there at City Hall to him, that he needed to go to them illegals and get our money back. Giving our money to them. We wouldn't be in this debt that we're in. And he wants to have a loan taken out where the principal won't get paid back or start paying principal until what, 2045 or something like that. But in the meanwhile, we're paying interest only on a loan of $880 million to fix our streets and so forth. Because, you know, usually after the winter time, you got your potholes, all the stuff and things that are going on. So, of course, it's going to start tearing up. Supposed to be something more safer, but irregardless. And that's why I said, no, I have to go up here. I told my husband, I said, okay, I need to go up here to City Hall. I got to go down here. God, let me speak to this man today. Because I got some things to say before he go to Washington, D.C. Don't you dare go to Washington, D.C. talking about you represent us. You don't represent us.
He does not.
He was not the elected. If we go back to and people constantly saying, I'm gonna bring this up too. People constantly say, well, you get what you voted for, y'all elected him, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you still got that idiotic statement going on out here today. And it is so far from the truth if you know the facts about what goes on. Because first of all, as I have mentioned on your show before, and I know there's a lot of newer people on here, Chicago does not require voter ID. If Chicago don't require voter ID, that means any and everybody dead or alive, sons, daughters, whatever, can be in here voting. So therefore, just like they found all this Social Security money of dead people from 260 years ago, there's no difference than the votes here. And there's people that came down to our Cook County board meeting that had referenced this of their research that they have found over, I think it was 5 million that was still on the voters' roll at that point. So that means no one was scrubbed off. And therefore, anybody can come in and use those votes. That's why I would tell people, do not go and just drop your or mail-in ballot. Go in there and vote personally. Get in there and vote personally, because we have to get this machine knocked down, this rigged machine. Now, as you all heard, that Chicago did go purple, as the rest of the states, the part of the state of Illinois is predominantly red states. And they want to separate from Chicago, which is several counties that want to separate and become part of Indiana, because Chicago does weigh the whole entire state down with our political person in office, which happens to be those darn Democrats or Demorats, whatever one call it. And therefore, people are fed up with it. So I have been posting to the folks around Illinois, you know, be patient, because people are coming on board. People have waken up. People are seeing what's been going on. And unfortunately, it had to hit a lot of people in the pocket in order to wake up. But if that's what it got happen, that's going to happen. Now, prior to Trump talking about having this Doge and having Elon to go through the federal employees, let me tell you, who was the first one talking about this in reference to they need to come down here and monitor and kick out a lot of these government employees. It was me. I said it. Because why? I dealt with them. I go down there. I told my husband, I said, come on, take off work and come down here with me. I'm going to show you what I work with. I'm going to show you what I deal with. Oh, he got an eye full. He got an ear full. They even called security on me. Because I'm like, y'all ain't going to jack up my taxes. Oh, heck no. Of course, there's something else. But you ain't jacking up my taxes. And that's why I want to advise people, you all need to stay in here, file every kind of dispute, complaint, and everything else with these government officers, because they will rob you blind if you don't say nothing about your property. They will continuously raise it for those who have this kind of lips. Now I'm saying, now y'all happy that I got a mouth, right? Because my dad said, that mouth of yours. Now my husband said, that mouth of yours. Well, that mouth of mine was being used to help other people.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And hopefully, because it's not about hauling and holding everything for yourself. If you're not out here helping somebody or others, then what is your purpose? It's not a good one, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never believed in selfishness. All for me. It's too much out here to be had. And that's why people need to keep sharing their knowledge, their understanding of whatever they have been dealing with. More Real News. He's getting out there and he's putting it out there of his experiences. People wouldn't know a lot of things. As a matter of fact, he was one of the first ones that come down there to City Hall and that was lighting up the social media with what was happening down there. First ones. His videos have been striking viral. A lot of these other content creators was using his content.
Wow.
And a lot of us wouldn't even known about this. The mainstream wasn't showing this.
Right. That's right.
Them that's been down there that says they've been going down there forever in a lifetime. More Real News can be thanked for that. Because if it wasn't for him and his team, it wouldn't even been known about. He was posting that stuff, posting, and people was like hitting on, and then a lot of his things went viral. And that's how you know of the people today, y'all.
Right.
That's down there speaking. It's him that put it out there. If it wasn't for him, nobody would even know it him. That's what also lit up a lot of the mainstream to start coming down there and capturing.
Right.
Yeah. So I just want to keep it real as to who did what to get it all on board. He's insightful, he's detailed, and he knows what to look for when he was capturing all that information and posting. So I got to give it to him. Hands up. All right.
Yeah. Applause. Oh my God. And one thing you mentioned earlier, which I was going to say, when you were talking about Chicago not requiring voter ID.
Mm-hmm.
So the only places that the Democrats won don't require voter ID. That's not a coincidence. You know it, and I do too.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
You could get voter ID. That would really change some things.
Exactly. And that's what we're hoping to change, is that this needs to be implemented. Go back to where we were at before, because we required voter ID some years ago. These recent politicians that got up in this office. And then let me give a shout out to Governor J.B. Pritzker for effing up Chicago. Hope you heard me, J.B. And the whole state of Illinois, because I ain't vote for you either. Since I was talking about who all I didn't vote for.
He needs
J.B. Pritzker, you didn't get my vote. Brandon Johnson, you didn't get my vote. Lori Lightfoot, you didn't get my vote. Because all of you all, I saw into you. You are doing nothing to help this state to thrive.
Wow.
J.B. Pritzker also has been acknowledged on another video where we get to see what the little $1 billion he have that he could be implementing some of his funding to help things happen. But no, he takes our funding and then he's the one that have these businesses, or his family has these businesses that's been blowing our money off on these illegals. So Pritzker, Johnson, also Cook County president, which is Preckwinkle, Larry Snelling, who's over the Chicago police, as well as a sheriff, Wayne or something. I got the video on there somewhere. Yeah, all of them have to go to court. They are all being sued. 23-page complaint document of all these different things that they have implemented over our state for those darn illegals.
Yeah,
so they need to stop. They need to go down. if they want to support those illegals. But Brandon, little Brandy, which is what Lamont calls them, he's been flipping his little page some, because at first it's like, we're going to stand tough. And we look at that one, Tough Talk Now, that one down in the second row, all the way over to my right. Talk Tough Now. You all get to learn about what Brandon Johnson has implemented. Go back up. Right there. Talk Tough Now. That's of Chicago. That's a good one. That'll teach you all, Illinoisans, Chicagoans, and any other state, what Brandon Johnson has implemented on May 15th, 2023 against the citizens of Chicago. That's going to tell the whole story, that he has to go on Capitol Hill and discuss why did he put that in place. How was this helping the citizens? It was not helping us. If anything, he was invading us with people who he knew nothing about that could bring any kind of danger to our neighborhoods.
He didn't care.
Did not care.
All right. Okay, we'll play. We're going to play one more video. Let me read this. Robert said, where is it? I really want to see that guy who said no more money for you get deported. Yeah, stay tuned, Robert. Robert also said, I heard that the teachers union went to Venezuela to bring them to Chicago. Why were they doing that? Thank you all. Okay, yeah, hit the like button, folks. If you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button as well. All right, let's watch this and see what's going on.
We're going to talk about this executive order of yours that comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods and that we have to just accept it. That's absolutely not, because we've talked about this since last year, when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city. Now, I got a problem with that. And I spoke that on December 14th. So I think we need to cut down the staff of the older people here. How about that? Because you all are not all representing us. How about those who stood up and represented us? Then you stay in your offices. But the rest of you, goodbye. Because that's how we're going to see it when it's time to vote. WOTC, Work Opportunity Tax Credit. 400 plus businesses. Hyatt, which is Pritzker's company, all are hiring refugees and kicking all of y'all out. Now, how about that for news that's not being broadcast? See, I do my digging, I do my research, and all of you all will know when I step up here to this mic, I bring the facts. I don't bring no opinions. So you all need to be careful of how you think you're treating us, because we coming for this. We bringing our city back. We removing all these illegals that's breaking our rules and laws, and we're fed up.
Let's talk about this executive order that was entered and signed on his first day in office. Office of the Mayor, City of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, Mayor, Executive Order Point 2023-16, Executive Order on Immigrant, Migrant, and Refugee Rights. Whereas throughout Chicago's history, immigrants from across the world have built and strengthened the social, economic, and cultural fabric of the city of Chicago, the city. And whereas a Black Haitian immigrant, Jean-Baptiste Dusable, is recognized as the founder of our city, and whereas the foundation of our city today was built by the vibrant and important history and struggles of the indigenous people and Native Americans who lived and thrived on this land for many years before settlers first came to the region. And whereas the city of Chicago is located on the traditional homelands of the Anishinaabe, or the Council of the Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. And whereas Chicago also has a history as a refuge to many different peoples, including those who came here to escape enslavement, oppression, and climate change. And whereas Chicago became one of the first sanctuary cities in the country on July 18th, 1982, when Wellington Avenue Church congregation voted to become just the second church in the U.S. to provide a safe haven for Central Americans fleeing political oppression and violence. And whereas Mayor Harold Washington signed an executive order on March 7th, 1985, halting city agencies' cooperation with federal immigration authorities. And whereas The ongoing crisis of newly arriving asylum seekers and migrants into the city of Chicago has illuminated the immense challenges that the city must face and overcome in order to provide support and services to our new arrivals. And whereas hundreds of mutual aid volunteers across the city have worked tirelessly to meet the moment by organizing and providing food, donations, beds, supplies, and interpretation services, and whereas to meet the needs of newly arrived community members, it is necessary to coordinate the city's existing resources through an executive department within the mayor's office. And whereas, while our federal immigration system needs to adapt humanely to the current global challenges driving immigration, Chicago will continue to provide a safe haven and home for new arrivals. And whereas, in supporting new arrivals, the city of Chicago must reckon with our existing systemic inequities that many communities already face related to housing, safety, and other supportive services, particularly Black and undocumented communities. And whereas the Black immigrant population in Chicago has been growing steadily in the last few years, reflecting a nationwide trend, with the foreign-born African community growing by more than 50% between 2005 and 2017. And whereas there are few community and advocacy groups dedicated to the specific needs of Chicago's Black immigrant population, including language access resources for immigrants arriving from non-English speaking countries, or that even with high levels of education, Black immigrants tend to earn low wages compared to other similarly trained immigrant or Native workers. And whereas addressing these long-standing issues will require meaningful and proactive community engagement and support. And whereas the Chicago Office of New Americans must provide significant direction, services, and resources for both newly arrived community members along with existing immigrant communities, including, but not limited to, DACA recipients, undocumented students, and people applying for citizenship. And whereas the role of the Office of New Americans can be elevated and expanded further to allow it to better serve communities across Chicago. And whereas the city of Chicago finds it necessary and appropriate to create a position within the executive department to lead the city of Chicago's efforts to support newly arrived community members, immigrants, refugees, migrants, undocumented community members, DACA recipients, people applying for citizenship, and others. Now, therefore, I, 3 Brandon Johnson, Mayor of the City of Chicago, do hereby order as follows. Section 1. The above whereas clauses are incorporated into and made an integral part of this order. Section 2. A deputy mayor for immigrant, migrant, and refugee rights is established in the mayor's office, and this deputy mayor will have such staff as are necessary for effective functioning of this office. Section 3. The deputy mayor for immigrant, migrant, and refugee rights is responsible for coordination and communication between all applicable city departments and officials related to this.
All right, so we sort of get the message there. Okay. I know that AI, it is a little, it is a little much. Okay, we're going to move it up here a little bit. Let's see right here. All right. There we go.
Yeah, that was
Britannica.com. John Kinsey was noted, but then founded Jean Baptiste Point du Sable, thought to have first occupied the area at the mouth of the Chicago River in the late 18th century. Du Sable built a cabin and a prosperous trading post that served Native Americans and European traders. Having been born in what is now Haiti to a French sailor and an enslaved woman of African descent, been married to a Potawatomi woman, and sold his property in 1800, Du Sable was unlike the typical founding father, and so he was largely left out of Chicago's history. The city did not recognize Du Sable as its official founder until 2006. Native American was first to occupy in Chicago.
Now you can see and hear the concerns of the citizens in the city of Chicago. This is not the purpose of the sanctuary city, and Brandon Johnson took it upon himself to nearly wipe out our revenue and fill in the gaps by upcharging the citizens through taxes and various other means. Brandon Johnson will potentially try to run again in the 2027 mayoral race, along with other prospective candidates. Learn what not to support to hold such an office for the city of Chicago. No more Brandon Johnson or anyone like him.
See you in court. Good. Ex-teacher. Hope they get them. All right. So there's that. So Miss Prosperity, with his popularity rate being 14%, his approval rating. And you know, we talked about this before too. So it's great we can get him out, but you know, they got rid of Lori Lightfoot and put him in there. So if we could change the mindset so that more people are, you know, looking at other candidates besides Democrats
Right.
They have the same agenda.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are that we do need to get other parties to run in Chicago and not be afraid. Because, first of all, if you are someone who is confident in what you can potentially do, the no's would not scare you. Those are the ones who are successful, the ones that keep trying. And we can look at that. And I know I was putting out some journalism to the whole Illinois state about we are looking for candidates that are on the sides of Republicans and independents. We don't need no more Democrats. Let's try something else.
Yes.
And this is where it's like, this is why we are where we are at now. Now, for those who have changed over, thank God, it is a happy day and so forth. And for those who continuously go down that road, there's lessons to be learned, if not learned already. This right here was a major disaster by allowing people that stay in these offices like him, because he's more of a progressive.
Yes.
And he claims that he even wants to have a progressive tax.
Yep.
That now I get out here and work my tail off and I make 6 figures. Now tax me higher because I'm already taxed. It's not no cheap taxes on any incomes that you're making, regardless of the amount. And people seem to think the only way millionaires get a break is because they know tax loopholes.
You got that right.
It's not because they just up and giving it to them. There are loopholes.
Yep.
So before I start knocking down millionaires and what they're doing, you know, what did they do to become a millionaire? Don't hate on them because they became a millionaire, because a lot of millionaires is what keep this economy going. That's by contributing those funds.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Bringing in businesses, jobs. So we got to look at the source and stop looking at the surface level and nick it out at the source. And yes, we definitely need people of other parties to come into Chicago, Illinois, because we do have Republicans in Illinois, just that they're not so much in Chicago.
Right, right.
That's in office. And we need to start filling up these seats, especially these alderman seats. Now, we don't need all 50 aldermen. I've told them that to their faces. So don't think that is something brand new on this show.
Right, right.
We do not need all of them because all of them are not worthy of their roles. A lot of them, they just go with the status quo.
Yeah.
I'm just here to collect my 6 figures. And so, you know what? Doge, while you're at it, look at those alderman roles that we got up there as well. And ask them what have they done lately for their people.
Just to keep the check.
Because I called that out too.
Oh, yeah. And you're absolutely right. And we've talked about that before. Thank you so much, Information Man Show, for the super chat. I just shared some hearts in the comment section for you. We're always glad when you take time to visit us. And if you feel like you want to, please feel free to drop your channel link. Make sure you guys go on over to his show. He has some excellent content over there as well. And how you doing, Bill ABC TV? So I agree with you, Miss Prosperity. They want to keep their checks coming, but they do nothing for the people, their constituents who sent them, you know, is responsible for them having that office. And that is a shame. They do everything for illegals. Same story. And so I agree with you wholeheartedly. Try something different. And we're not, I mean, if you can vote for independent, vote for something else. You keep voting for Democrats and you keep getting the same results.
Try results.
Something new.
But it's worse this time. It's just gotten worse.
You got rid of, remember they were saying Lori Lightfoot was the worst ever. Then they put this guy in there. So voting has consequences. We say that on this channel all the time. And, you know, we've got to, you know, this is unacceptable. All of this legacy voting and voting because mother, father, sister, grandmother. No, what are their policies? You know, you're there when I do all those videos on the super mayor in the village of Dalton and the Thornton Township supervisor and all that. Look at everything that they are dealing with because of their voting patterns.
Exactly.
And they voted for her. Again, on here, we're always saying vote policy. They voted for her. Oh, she's, we're making history. She's black. She's a woman. Who cares? Look, the town is the village of Dalton is in shambles. The Thornton Township is in shambles. But you made history. Make it make sense. They forgot they work for us, right? Why her? They work for you, but they're not doing anything for you. They're only doing for the illegals, and that's a problem. How you doing, John Phillips? Oh, thank you so much, John. We're glad you're here. This is Miss Prosperity. She is one of our distinguished guests who comes here frequently when she's not chewing or tearing Mayor Brandon Johnson a new one. She's great. She has been telling us, giving us the 411 of what is going on in Chicago since the election. We know that Trump, one of the policies he talked about frequently was deportation. And he is definitely doing that. And he is also, I know they're talking about, I did a video last night, John, make sure you check it out. They keep saying, oh, he's a racist, he's racist, he's racist. Well, someone, Prosperity, call him up and tell him he's not being a racist the right way. He had a Black History program at the White House was it yesterday? So Friday. He had a Black History program. And the lady who he pardoned, he made her the pardon czar.
Right.
Lady. So make it make sense. One of you in the chat section call the White House, or one of you let Trump know, since he's such an avid racist, he's doing it incorrectly. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Hit that like button, folks. If you are enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. And so Prosperity has been, getting us up to date on everything that's happening in reference to the migrants. Now, Miss Prosperity, I'm even seeing people say, oh my God, the travel commutes are a lot shorter. Now I get in my car to go somewhere. I'm not.
Yes.
So would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, before Tom Homan and the crew came here to Chicago, they were driving around like they had lost their everlasting minds. And I'm saying, talk about the speed limit, because Chicago is now trying to seek if they can lower the speed limit from 30 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
But the Dems from the other countries that J.B. Pritzker allowed to have driver's licenses here in the state of Illinois were driving around like it's 50 and 60 on the streets.
Oh, wow.
They were even driving into oncoming traffic before the light would turn green so that they can get all the way in front. And then they would do and my husband and I, we caught them live, just watching this crap go on.
Oh my God.
And I said, I can't wait till they get them out of here. I can't wait, because you can see from, you can say, how do you know it's one of them? Well, you can look at the car with the plates, some of these cars that they were driving. It just becomes similarities,
right?
That you can tell, because someone knows that if they did this as a citizen here and they got caught, what's going to happen next?
Jail.
Okay.
So again,
but if I got leniency where I don't have to
whatever.
yes, I'm not banned to these rules. then that's okay, John, I got you. But yeah, if I'm not aligned to having to follow these rules, then I can just go and do whatever I want to when I want to, and I can obstruct anything I want to. I can crash into anything I want to, just like I told you all when I was on here another time about the car that came down my block, and he was tearing up cars left and right. Now, how do I know he wasn't illegal, y'all? Because I got my clothes on, took my camera out there, and it was at nighttime, and I went and filmed that sucker right in his face. And then he couldn't even speak a lick of English. I said, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do I need to call the paramedics?" He was sitting there. So a man who did know how to speak Spanish had talked to him, and he was saying, "Hey, don't go nowhere." And I said, "What did you tell him?" He said, "I told him don't go nowhere because you need to stay right here." Well, the man who told him that probably was one of the people whose cars got hit down the road.
Ooh, oh yeah.
He was going down there. He was like this, just hitting the trucks. I was like, he better not have hit my car. It's gonna be a snatchation tonight. My husband woke up and like realized, oh crap, where she at? I was out the door already.
Oh my God, you're joking. Oh wow. Oh my God.
That's why I said, no, I recorded that, and you all get a moment. I got it on my channel as well, because that's out there too. I recorded him, and I called the police as well. Where they at? Oh, well, we were further away. We was on our way. Oh, it took 15 minutes. You could have come and caught this bleep, but instead, you out doing something that probably was of no importance.
Did he get away?
He got away. Oh yeah, I followed him down there to the park. Still recording. Him and one of the other guys almost got into a fight that he tore up his car because the guy went and grabbed him. Now he was another Latino. Okay. And he went and he was speaking to him in Spanish. And then he went to grab him, and I'm like recording it, but I had already called the police, so I did my duty. I'm not, and before y'all go there, like, well, didn't you call the police? Yes, I called the police prior to this jumping off.
Oh God!
So it wasn't one of those that just sit there and record and don't do nothing.
Yeah.
I had already called them.
Oh my God! How you doing, Gary?
So I gave the police something that they can look for, like what he had on and so forth, if they were to find him. But what's the chances they're gonna go look for him?
They're very slim to none.
None.
Yeah,
exactly. So now all these people who had their cars torn up, now they got to go through their insurance to get it repaired.
That's terrible. That's terrible. No
repercussions.
No repercussions.
No repercussion. And that's another thing. It was like they weren't required to have insurance. This is a mandatory insurance state.
They all, if we get caught here driving without insurance, you're gonna wind up in jail.
Exactly.
Legally you have to have it here in our state too. Tammy said drunkards. Yeah,
he was drunk. Yes, he was definitely drunk too.
Blexit said Hispanics didn't even live in that area 10 to 15 years ago. It's a working middle class Black neighborhood surrounded by a park, Lafayette Park. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, right down the street from me. He and I, we in the same place. So what I had mentioned about that, and Blexit, let me tell you something about that as well. In the 70s, this is the time frame that we came over. And in the 70s, there were Hispanic and there were white descents that was in this whole entire area. We happen to have been one of the first Blacks in the area that was surrounded, but you know what things happen a lot of times when they think that you someone that's going to come in and just take the value down, so they move out. That wasn't the cause. So yes, they were here, and as a matter of fact, they was in Lincoln Park too. But who moved them out of there? as you well know. Then they went to Humboldt Park and all these other parks that were on the East Coast over there by the lakefront. Those video pictures that you all seen, that's pretty much a lot of that area. They were moved out of there, even out of Humboldt Park. Humboldt Park was Latino as well when we were over here.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so they were here. It's just that they kept being relocated because they will raise the property taxes to the points where you couldn't afford it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's how it all happened. And then once we came, then other Black families started coming in as well.
Okay.
So it was very, very minimum to what we would say the Black population.
Oh, okay.
But Blacks have been on the west side and the south side of Chicago from the beginning. It's just different parts. We're pretty much Blacks, pretty much what you would call Northwest. Whereas you got the deep west and you got the southwest, and then you got the south side, whereas the southeast and the southwest as well, and south. So you got different divisions of what you would call Black communities with the zip codes or the 606 zip codes.
Oh, okay.
So that's a little bit of history from what I have learned as I came up.
Thank you for that history lesson, because those of us that don't live in Chicago, that really helps out a lot, Miss Prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
Robert says Tom Holman should deport Brandon Johnson, Tony Periwinkle, and some of the older people. Robert, I like the way you think. Gary, question: does Mayor Johnson think that he will be taken into custody when he goes to D.C. for his congressional hearings? Okay, I think
I sure pray so. I sure pray so. I tell him to his face. As a matter of fact, Mr. Blakemore, y'all all know who he is. He's the man down there, 51st honorary alderman. He called me yesterday and he had asked me, he actually asked me this 2 days ago too. Do you feel bad for Brandon Johnson? I'm like, hell no. And I said, as a matter of fact, you can go tell him what I said too.
Yeah, I remember that, because I'm like, who's gonna feel bad for him when he's done nothing but destroy your communities?
No, he think my fire that when I go down there to that city hall, I plan on trying to stay calm. It's just looking at him that can just trigger you, because you see the evil,
you see it,
and in his smugness and his arrogance and the pompous a-hole that he acts as and is. And got the audacity to stand up there as if he's some king.
Yep.
That's why, and let me tell you, when you all see me go up there and speak, and I come up there with the scripture, because that's a pastor's son. And he seemed to have forgotten, because most pastors, they're going to train their kids about the word, because that's their job to do it. I ain't saying they all going to do it now, because we know every pastor not right.
No.
I clearly state that too. Brandon Johnson and another one of those older people up there, Coleman, the pastor's kids, y'all the reasons why people don't go to church. Now, if you want to hear that, because y'all go up there and y'all look the way you look, you act the way you act, and people see you. And she thought I wasn't recording her that day that they had that fire up there at Cook County at the
when you
city
outside
hall.
recording her.
Oh yeah, I recorded her. And I put that thing on blast. Now, you don't like me? I don't care. I don't like you all either. Like I told him, I will research it, I will find it, and I will reveal what you all are doing. Because I'm not pulling back. I'm not shrinking back. Me holding back anything that can help others would be shame on me.
Right.
So no, I'm not doing that.
Lamont says, time to walk the neighborhood again, Prosperity. Lamont also says, they did me like that the day I met you. Never got a chance to speak. They probably said, he may be like her.
Neither one of us got a chance to speak that day.
Okay. Oh, wow. Brenda says, I see the evil on the television. Yes, Brenda, it's apparent.
Evil.
He is evil.
Evil.
John. Prosperity, don't pull no Jebediah and Dalton move at the town hall. All right.
They come at me. Okay, it's a video on my channel as well where I was reporting on a story and the guy came and put his hands on me. The phones went down and the fist went up. I was not having it. The police had to come in there. It wasn't nobody but Alicia that had actually said something about I was still up in there with them clowns. Those But no, when he put his hands on me, it was another park. I said, oh no, this comes off now. West Side pops up now.
Did someone recorded that?
I did. It's on my channel.
Oh, okay. Well, let me pull that up.
Oh yeah, that's on there.
Okay, yeah, we need to see that.
I'm like, you got this effed up. I don't take no beat downs. I don't take no whipping. Don't let it fool you.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
That fear don't rise up in me.
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
When did that happen?
This happened last year. As a matter of fact, you scroll through there, I can give you exactly.
Okay.
Let me just look through it because I'm looking through it as well.
And those of you just joined the chat, please make sure you sub up to her channel. The way you see her here, that's how she is in her videos. She is fire.
Ooh wee! That was a set me off day. That set me off.
Jesus.
I'm almost there. Give me a second.
All right. I'm trying to pull that. We'll pull that
like
up.
300 plus videos out here.
Yeah, you got a lot. All right. Let me see.
Let me see if this is one of them.
Car crash.
And this man was actually there that promotes this mess.
Okay. You said it was about a year ago?
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I just put one of the links into the chat.
Okay.
And I'm still looking for the other one when it actually jumped off.
Do you remember the title of it? I'm looking for it now.
Are you accessible to the chat?
I am, but I'm trying to find it on the computer so I can show everyone.
Oh, okay. Because I did throw the link out there in the chat too.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
What's the title of it?
I don't know the title of that thing. I just know it was a set me off moment.
Woo!
I think I found it. No, that's a different one.
Brenda said, I am having a good time with you ladies today. Thank you, love.
Thank you, Brenda. Just keeping it real. 100. That's all I'm going to shed. 100.
All right. Okay.
Imagine all the energy my husband had to deal with. I had to drink tea to just bring me down.
Really? All right. I'm almost there to a year.
Okay, look at FBA's played or hating on in Chicago.
The title is FBA.
FBA, September 2nd, 2024 is when that was posted.
Okay. All right. It's FBA.
And it has a man on there with an arrow pointing down, a white man having an arrow pointing down to his head.
Okay. All right. Right. Is this it? Ford Boss Me, FBM?
No, not Ford Boss Me. All
right.
Look at the time period, September 2nd, 2024.
Okay, here it just tells me the
oh, okay, you don't. So look for FBAs.
Okay.
Start off with FBAs.
All right.
Further up. The no more money for you is down there below there. But FBAs, that's when I was out there on the trail, and there's Lamont in there as well at the very beginning. For those of you who want to go back and look in, that's Lamont right there in the second one on that row. Okay, keep going up. and look for FBAs.
I'm still looking. You have a lot of content on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's a whole year's worth.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
That's how long I've been at it.
Thank God that you have been.
Yeah, that's also during the time frame of the red shirts with all of us standing in that photo. I covered the Black journalists.
Okay. National Black.
Uh-huh, that's on there. Covered the DNC, that's on there. Okay, a little bit up. Right there, stop. Go all the way over to where you see the man with the different color
Right
arrows
here?
right there. Uh-huh.
There we go.
And then the one that's right there say unite. That's where I think the fight went off at.
This one is this one that I clicked. This one isn't the fight.
I don't recall what's in these now. So let's see.
Okay.
You can do a fast scroll. If we're inside the room, then yes. Otherwise, I'm revealing him because I'm exposing them. Those are the ones that came up here to City Hall just in the month of December.
Okay.
And started up all that waging war.
All right, it's trying to open. It's just slow, of course.
Okay, I found it. The one that the actual fight or the actual scuffle started up. This is called Volatile Radical Communist Group.
Okay, so I need to get rid of this.
Yeah, just go ahead and come off of that one. There's no need of showing that. People can go back and look at those if they want to.
Okay. It's taking a minute.
Are you able to cancel it?
Uh-huh, it's just slow. Let me stop sharing. That's going to be the quickest. Come on.
So back to the one, it's a little bit before that, which is called Volatile Radical Communist Group in Chicago. Attacked the press.
All right, I'm trying to get it. All right, here we go. All right, let me get back on
That's
here.
right, Brenda. So while you're looking for that, that's right, Brenda. This is why I keep trying to tell people, do not vote by color.
No, don't do it.
Drop that colorism and get into who that characterism is. What are they going to do? How they going to stand up for what they believe in?
Right.
And represent the people that of their communities. Oh, this is what I've been preaching.
Okay.
Over the last year.
What's the title of the video, dear?
This is called Volatile Radical Communist Group. And you can actually see with the clip on there with me and the guy.
Okay, we'll look at this and then we'll let you go because I know you're
ready.
I found it. I found it.
But yeah, I was covering some press. Didn't know that these people were communists too, by the way, just to give a little forefront about this. Didn't know this, but I found out.
Here we go.
And that one is what, about
2 minutes? Two.
Yeah, because there's one before that people can look at as well.
Okay.
On their time, called Black Chicago Plant Story. That goes more into depth with what took place. But this one is a quick one. And going back to that voting thing, that's another reason why I couldn't vote for Brandon Johnson. The color didn't fool me. It was his attitude, his character. And that's one of the things I spoke up there at City Hall about. He even allowed his evil to shine right through when he was going through those debates. You hit a little trigger point. Oh, he showed his natural behind.
Yeah. I remember watching this one, but I'm gonna still let it play for the subbies. I've seen this one. This one's hilarious. I've seen this one. Let me play. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think if that's the one that I had to do a lot of bleeping and repenting. Okay, John. Got it totally twisted. See, people take you for your cover and they confuse what you can do or what you about.
Yep.
Take that cover and get all and you know what? A lot of times it works out pretty good for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, they get ready to find out. I'm not that one. Are you looking at it yourself? Because we can't see it.
Oh my God.
Oh, we didn't see the video. It didn't show.
Oh my God.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
The video didn't show.
Well, I played the whole video.
It didn't show for us. Did anybody else see the video?
Let me try to do is share it again. Okay, hold on.
Okay, look like something's coming up.
It's coming up now.
Okay, yes.
All right, they didn't see it before, but they definitely gonna see it now. Come on, this computer. All right. Oh, you can see the screen now?
Can see the screen, yes.
All right, let me get this going back. Come on now. All right, here we go.
So it started off Black people hating on immigrants. That's the story that was going around.
I remember that because we talked about that. This, come on.
Talk about this, listen to debate and discuss. But if you want to disrupt, you can go. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're not gonna talk about all the pussy ass shit. We're talking about all the why y'all feel like y'all treat Black people like.
You know what's not okay? You want to know what's really not okay? I'll tell you what's not okay, brown lady. I said he's a terrorist. He ain't no FBI. He ain't no friend. He's not like that.
A RevCom fighting against the oppression of Black people for years with the RevComs, and I'm a follower of Bob Avakian. Black people hating on immigrants, nonsense and worse from people who should know better. Just this title has actually struck and stung a lot of people. It's a provocative statement. It's also true. This has been controversial in Chicago, and we have been in places like Hyde Park. We've been around here in South Shore, and we've been in other places. Hey, Deuce, my comrade right here, is Rafael Cadaras. He's a revolutionary communist, a correspondent with the RNL. First off, if you all are struck just by a revolutionary communist, most of us are communists in this room. So
that one sitting down with the glasses with the Santa Claus beard on.
Some of us in this room burnt the American flag, made international news, burning the American flags.
When you are going to start, because TikTok time is of essence.
Well, we running the program, so we gonna start when we gonna start.
Get your hands off my goddamn camera.
When you are going to start, because TikTok time is of essence.
Well, we running the program, so we gonna start when we gonna start.
Get your hands off my goddamn camera.
Oh my God! You had to repent. You had
that day. It was a lot more said than that.
I told you she was a fireball. I told you. OMG. Woo. Chicago Hood's laughing. Oh my God. Connie, who else is laughing? OMG. I told you. She is in the streets. And
they can talk all they want to, just don't put your hands on me.
Yeah, don't touch me. I remember, we talked about this. I remember the Democrats who despise Black people went and put all those signs up telling Black people they should be ashamed of themselves and they're hating on immigrants and they were once immigrants. All that BS. Socialists want us equal in misery. Right, Florida, John? I want to stay on your good side. Prosperity.
I am the most kind-hearted, giving person until somebody put their hands on me. Then it's off. You can talk all the talk, don't put them hands on me. Ooh, that was a day. Yeah, we had the police had to come out there, had police report and everything because the police saw the video. They actually saw another person who had filmed it that was inside, and that's when the police had written up the report against them.
Oh, wow.
Because it was self-defense.
And it was. Yeah, don't touch those cameras. Those phones and cameras are expensive. Keep your hands to yourself.
Well, actually, my hands were up like this because I was recording him because he came into my face.
I know. And
then he grabbed my wrist when he was trying to, and then pull it down.
Right. And
it was like, oh, no, he did not. Oh, no. You just effed up.
John, Brenda's laughing at you. John said that's what they all say until they get those paws. Woo.
I'm not the paws came down.
John said, Prosperity up there fighting Mr. Willie.
Hey, look, I'll fight a kid for kid just don't put them hands on me.
Chicago Hood said FAFO, game over.
Okay. Okay. I didn't want to have to go there, but when I was tolerating all the other crap, they had encroached all around me too.
Until he put those paws
on hands on me. That was it. It was over. Game over.
Yep.
See, the other part that I'm gonna tell you all is that I said I'm gonna come up out of this press box and I'm gonna whoop yo. And it was done. That's the other video. If y'all want more of that, that's another video that is on here. That's called Black Chicago Plant Story. That one there shows more of what had went down up until the part I got out.
No,
I had to be removed out. My husband came in there because he was already in there, but he was more to the back. He bulldozed through all of them to get to me because he heard me. He couldn't see me, but he heard
you. Oh my God.
And then he bulldozed through all of them, knocking them out the way. And then he got in front of me, getting ready to take them on. So that's when they grabbed the other people and pulled back because now he and I getting ready to take them both on.
Gary said, FBA, my Chicago sister Prosperity ain't no joke.
Nope.
Prosperity, when can you come back on here? They love it when you come on. What are you doing next Sunday? So we can get back on and show some more videos. They love it when you come on here.
Well, let's see. I could probably be available next Sunday. Let me look at my calendar. I might be busy. No, I'm free.
Oh.
Okay, so next Sunday, yeah, that's right before Brandon Johnson is going to the Washington, D.C. Yeah, I should be good because I got to also prepare for a court case as well because I'm suing some folks.
Good.
So, so I got to be back in court for that because I ain't letting nobody off that tell my stuff. And think that it gonna just walk away free because the Chicago police. There's Chicago police story, y'all, and it's gonna be going down as well because they involved with this as well.
Oh yeah, John. Tammy said, "Oh Gizzard." John said, "You two a hit. Come back on this. We love this." Oh, see. So you have to come next Sunday. I told you, when you come, it's firework, and we're gonna share some of the videos you mentioned. We'll share some of those videos next Sunday.
Yeah, people are just fed up with all of this, you know, living like the fake hood, the fake life. There's nothing fake here. Nope. I'm just gonna keep it 100. As a matter of fact, there's times it's 1,000, y'all. I'm not gonna deny it. It's 1,000, but people want the truth. People want the facts, and stop being misguided by all of this fakeism that's going on out here. Because when I'm represented, I'm gonna be all in or I'm all out. I'm not going to do no half nothing.
Nope.
I'm not about that half anything.
Yes,
so either I'm gonna tell you I'm in. So I'm planning to be here next Sunday. So I'm saying it live that I'm planning to be here next Sunday.
Well, they definitely want you back. So hey, you have to please the people. And Connie's saying, please come to New York.
Oh, Connie, let me tell you a story about New York. I used to fly out there frequently. And that's when I was doing my business in resale. And one of the retailers, or wholesalers rather, had tried to cheat me out of my goods because I couldn't carry all that stuff back on the plane. I had them to ship it. And I said I was going to take my daughter out there for a day because she had just graduated. And that way we can go around New York and all up in Manhattan and so forth. Also, I didn't take her down to the Bronx. I went down there myself another time. But this man going to cheat me out of my products. I got on the phone and I told him about it. And he said, well, your friend had stole some things from my store. And I said, you are lying. And even if someone did steal something from your store, how you think you're going to charge me for it? And he said, well, that's just how it is. I said, I'll be on the next flight.
No, Lord.
Yes, I did. I got on the next flight, went to that store. I told my daughter, stand right outside where I could see you.
Yes. Oh my
I went in there and handled him.
He
gave me back all my money.
Yeah, because he probably thought you were just going to be like, okay. Oh my God.
I told him you're gonna have to call the popo up in here because I'm coming. When I got on that plane to come out here, you're gonna pay me back my money.
Oh yeah.
It's just simple. That's just period.com. You don't steal from me. You don't steal from me. I'm not about that.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he gave me back all my money, but I had to come and give him a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to have them face-to-face, you know. Meetings over the phone, people get a little bold, but when you face to face, you know, they
don't they?
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
A whole bunch of stuff over the phone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Jesse? Jesse, we're done. You definitely need to go back and check the replay. How are you? We're coming back. Connie, yes, that's 4:00 Eastern Standard Time, love. Next Sunday. So we're gonna come on with some more videos and we're just going to continue to expose the hypocrisy that's going on in Chicago.
Hypocrisy for real.
Right. And thank God she is not taking it. And if we had a prosperity in every one of these sanctuary cities, they would be better for it. Because some of them are in New York, you'd think they could get that. They don't even have their stuff together the way you do. and the way you all in Chicago do. So they need to get.
I cannot believe that no one in New York is not doing or saying anything. I just think that maybe it's just not being telecast out there. But I can't believe no one. This just sounds crazy.
Chicago, you guys set the bar. You're showing people how it should be done, but they're just like, meh. So that's just
what is it? Retaliation? What is it?
I don't know what their problem is, but
start messing with them pockets. Because that's what they've been doing in all of these democratic cities.
All of
hitting them in the pockets,
taxing the citizens out of the wazoo.
Exactly.
They're illegals. That's what
they're just watching people walk around with your stuff on, your money. the resources that belong to our people here in Chicago.
Talking trash to you in your face, like, yeah, and what are you going to do about it? With your money bought it. Okay, no, that's a problem. Tammy, the people have the power. Yes. Connie said she's going to be there. Lamont, Chicago Hood, all of you, next Sunday, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is your parting shot for the day, Miss Prosperity?
To be fearless. Don't fear anything that you should be managing or addressing, because number one, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and of a sound mind. So that includes peace. And without that, you're not going to have the peace.
No, ma'am.
If you allow fear to take you down, I have stories that go back to childhood that made me who I am today. None of you would believe that I was an introverted child, but I was. But you know what? Fear brought this out. Fear brought this out because I got tired of allowing things to continuously suppress, oppress, and depress me. So we have to take a stand for what we believe in. Rather it be one or thousands of you. Someone needs to start. Someone needs to be the leader to get it going. And then take it on and continuously move until victory is won.
I'm shocked at New York. They did not follow your lead. I'm just like, whoa, and you laid the blueprint. You showed them what to do. They're just like, meh.
Yeah, I wasn't into social medias or any of those things. I just was not into it. There were people, and they know who they are, who I was donating financially to their channels, but they didn't carry out the missions. So I had to jump on. I had to do something.
And you did.
Instead of sitting back and doing nothing at all.
That's it.
I was getting more furious by watching how they just thought that they can just trample all over us.
Right.
That's what got me in the game.
That's right.
I seen people down there at City Hall fighting about their properties and things like that. And I said, okay, if it's meant for me to do something, maybe God is sending me down there to do something. And he did. And that's when I got on board, because I was not directly impacted. I was indirectly impacted.
Okay.
So that's why I got furious by seeing that people needed help. That's what my occupation is all about. Solving problems and finding opportunities.
Yep.
So that's why I got involved.
All right. Brenda said, the local news cleans the news up. YouTube is real and live. Brenda, and the Democrats were talking. They really want, thank God, Kamala, the Curry Queen, did not win. They are all talking about how they want to monitor social media even more and censor it, because they're talking about content creators, which I'm one, Prosperity's one, are one of the reasons they lost the election, because we're sharing misinformation and disinformation. And see, they're like, it needs to be regulated. In other words, it needs to be censored. And you saw, what's her name? Ayanna Presley. Remember when I did the video on what she said? She said it. I think it was a Freudian slip. You know how you say something and she never corrected herself, but she's like, yeah, we need to censor the American people. And and the other Democrats were like, you know, she didn't tell them what our plan. That's what we want to do. So they blame, and they are blaming YouTube and other forms of social media for them losing. As one of the reasons they lost. They're saying because of the information that we were pushing out. And I'm like, no, ma'am, no, sir. We were pushing out the truth. And
let me add,
yes.
This platform right here will shadow ban you when you push out the truth.
Yes.
That's what's happening to all of us that's gonna keep it real. We are getting shadow banned, blocked in every which way possible. That's why you sharing out the videos help it, because there's an algorithm that they go by to see how many people are looking at this, because they're all about attention, although they want to extract and limit us, but they're all about attention on these platforms. So that's why I ended up having to go out there to TikTok, to X, to Truth, and also Newsbreak. Oh, I'm on all of them.
Yep.
I didn't do Facebook. I got a reason why. I'm still holding on. I'm still holding back, but maybe, I don't know, because I didn't want to do any of them, to be honest with you all. But I had to get the word out about what's really happening here.
Yes,
not sit here and continue to look at this mess and say they're being lied to. People are being lied to. I have to say something. I have to do something. And that's how I got involved.
Yes, ma'am. And Lamont's, let's see, I think I missed a comment. Brenda said, really? Lamont said, and they don't know what stop signs are. Alto. Okay. Lamont, yes.
They know what they are. They just refuse to
the community of
obey, comply.
Right. Oh, Robert wants to know, did you file charges on the guy who attacked you?
I did.
She did. Connie, God works through people he trusts to do the right thing. That's right, Connie. And like I said,
as a matter of fact, let me tell you something else, Robert. I was trying to get them to drag that bleep out of there. I was trying to get him out that building. They locked the doors.
Oh my God.
To try to prevent us getting to him. So the police told me that they're restricted to a degree of what they can do. But that same group has come down there to City Hall, but he wasn't down there. I can tell you that.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't down there at City Hall, but that group of people were down there at City Hall.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Prosperity. So all of you who are here, again, you heard what Miss Prosperity said. She enlightened us today. She always does. She's giving us the 411 on what's going on in the streets. She's in those streets. She's at the meetings. She is giving Brandon Johnson panic attacks and anxiety attacks. And I love it. And I want it to continue.
He's giving it to himself.
Yeah.
He needed to just stop.
He needs to stop, but he won't. So you just keep it coming, and he can't deal with it. He can't handle it. And I love it. Keep doing what you're doing, sis. You're doing an excellent job. Those of you who are here, like she said, share this content out. I just talked to Florida the other day. I said, I think I'm under a shadow ban. I'll get videos. I'll be doing well. Then I'll start. Can't barely make it to 200 or 300. So you know when they're shadow banning you. I'm like, well, what? But we need your help because we are up against the wall here. When you hit that thumb, when you share this, even when I end this video, leave a comment. I will respond. When they shadow ban us, but you guys are hitting that like button, you guys are leaving comments. When everyone's doing that, they can't shadow ban because thousands and thousands of people will be exposed to it. So
we're not doing it just because we just want you to like our stuff. We want to help people, and that's the purpose that Miss Rowland is going on here. That's the purpose I'm going on here, because we need to get the word out.
Yep.
We're not doing it just to say, hey, like my stuff. We're not looking for that kind of credibility. We're really trying to help people to understand and learn what not to do, as well as to help you on what to do. Since we've already possibly been through it or had been through it.
Right. Exactly. And that's the goal. And what she's saying, it's like she said, we don't want you to, we want you to like us. It helps to trigger the YouTube algorithm. And again, when that's triggered, they share it with more people. So even though they may be shadow banning, with you guys watching, hitting that like button, leaving comments, it's going to trigger it. So that's how we can beat the shadow ban. So friends, please share, like, and subscribe. Yeah, those of you who have True Social, Facebook, share it. When you share it, say, hey, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I mean, I would appreciate that. I really will. And Miss Prosperity dropped her links. I think all of you are subscribed to her channel now. If you're not, you want to drop your link one more time before we leave, dear?
Okay.
You see what type of content she produces. She's out there and she's taking care of business. She's standing on business, and I love it.
And I need to also throw in here too that there's others that are supporting me by having boots on the ground.
Okay.
Why her? And also others as well, Alicia, and even More Real News. I mean, we all collaborate in one way or another. So I want to shout out and give credit to them as well, because I'm not doing this by myself, y'all. I'm not a one-person party.
Right.
We help others as others has helped us.
Right.
So we all are trying to do what we can to get the word out.
Facts. And she's right. So we're done. Music therapy, we're done. You need to be a part of the replay gang. Make sure you go back and look, because we had some fun. Make sure you're here next Sunday, 4:00 p.m. Miss Prosperity will come back to enlighten us again. Lamont, they did live here, but they didn't act like that. Okay.
Let's put Lamont on the spot and see if he coming on.
Right. Okay, Lamont, what you doing? What you doing? Florida. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna go. I'll respond to you in the comment section as long as you are there. I have enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to next Sunday as well. And I'll even check. I'll see what the Arena Uncensored is doing if you want.
Okay.
He's a trip too. And see if he wants to come on next Sunday.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
He's not busy. I'll ask him.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go. Robert wants to see you go to. How these people want you to go to New York and tell off AOC and Jermaine? She'll be dragging. No, because then she'll be calling me, asking me to get her out of jail. No, she doesn't need to go drag AOC. No. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. Let Trump and Holman handle her, because we need Miss Prosperity free, not incarcerated. Right. All right, we're going to end the stream. We enjoyed you. We love you. Be safe, and we'll see you. I'll be live next. I'll be live probably maybe later tonight or tomorrow. Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor, she's still making videos. So I got to go see what she's up to. She's still telling lies. So I may make another video tonight or tomorrow. So enjoy. Yeah, all of you have a good night. We love you. Be safe. Blessings to you as well. And you know where we're going now, to the comment section to respond to your comments. Thank you again.
Blessings to you all. Thank you all for attending and joining us and chatting with us and questions. Have a blessed evening.
Yes, thank you.